the concept of democracy and what kind of country we live in, and really the kind of thing that you face, because I know you will tell me, like, wow, we can't get our voices heard, and you're probably right. You know, there are probably few stations that will say, well, let me just let the youth voice be heard, meaning that you got, you know, you're the talk show host, like they specifically call you, and I think if somebody designed a talk show radio like that, you are such huge consumers, they won't get it. I mean, they could have you all as hosts, etc. A lot of times you are young or the DJs on all the hip-hop music, but if you did a whole talk, and the only reason I'm saying this is, Isaac, this is very important, and this is sort of, you know, a question of sanctity, and it is painful. I don't mind being in the battle. I don't mind being disagreed with. I don't mind my constituents saying you are wrong. You know, you feel, oh man, you might get your back up, but they have that right. But when you dominate the airwaves, which are public, they do not own the airwaves. They're not paying a check for the airwaves. They got a license, but they're not paying for this air that's up here. In essence, it might, if you're a believer, it's your God or it's yours. And they are pounding Hank Johnson, and Hank Johnson can't come on and say anything. If George Clinton, anybody know Tommy Dog? Funkadelic, you know? Brother George got on the radio because they didn't know what he was going to say, and they got mad when he started talking about the Performance Rights Act. He's older, I'm not going to say, he's still performing, but they're still playing his music. He's getting nothing. And he's still giving people, they're doing a concert in Ohio, some of the OJs and the something and whatever the groups are, that people are going to enjoy themselves, it's fun. But these people still on the road. I'm glad that they're on the road. But the thing that you all should raise your voice about, how can you use the radio and not let, you won't take their money. You have enough power to block their money out. I start thinking about Iran, North Korea, not in terms of not paying, but the kind of atmosphere. Only the voice of the big brother can be heard. Nobody else can. Do they get it? It doesn't matter what side you agree on, but can you allow Hank Johnson to come and just say, well, here's what the position is. Y'all can throw tomatoes. Y'all can say, look, no, that, you know, he needs to go. But you've heard the other side. Can somebody call these radio stations and ask?
I will be when I get back to it.
Would you ask, where is the other side? Yes, ma'am.
Can the FCC not do something? Because they won't, you can't even, like music commercial, somebody can't even pay to put an ad with the opposition. And since they're using public airways to put their PSA out there, I mean, it would seem to be that the...
I want you to get a chance to see that it does take a larger issue, because if we would just had a difference and we were talking and negotiating, and that's okay, you wouldn't have to see me asking anything, but Isaac has a point. This is a point where somebody needs to stand up and say, where's free speech? Somebody needs to stand up and say, are you against workers' rights? Because remember, the individual artist against the radio is just mincemeat. Because all they're going to say is, okay, hold off. Don't ever darken our door again. Don't get interviewed by DJs ever again. Am I right?
That's absolutely true. Okay?
We don't want to see you, the struggling artist. Can't be heard anywhere else. So, there are larger issues. The free speech issue, the right to workers issue, the dominance issue. That is a big issue. Is it not? It is a big issue. So, I welcome, you know, I welcome the expression of the First Amendment, which says the right to associate, the right to speak, the right to march, the right to do. So it is a larger issue than that, and you really thank you for that, and thank you for being readily willing to listen to us.